Good morning. This is Tim Miles from thedailyblur.com. Recently, a friend of mine asked me a question, sort of at the end of her rope with blog reading. She's like, how do you keep up with it all? I don't, first of all. And that's one of the things I'll talk about in this short video today. I thought I'd give you a quick glimpse into how I read the blogs that I read. Today's a great time to do that because I've been on the road for the last couple of days. I left on Sunday, got back last night to visit some clients in Illinois, and just got back last night. And usually when I'm on the road, I don't have near as much time to follow along with blogs, so the backlog gets kind of full. And so I thought that'd be a good way to show you this morning kind of how I go through the things I go through. So I have it minimized here. I use Google Reader in the Chrome browser, but really you can use any web browser. I do recommend that if you follow a number of blogs, and I'll link to Michael Hyatt's piece on how to set up Google Reader. It's a free service. Think of it as an inbox for new content, for new articles from blogs that you follow. I'm not going to show you how to set up Google Reader this morning. I'm going to show you how I actually triage my blog posts, much like I did my email inbox the other day, and I think you might find it useful. You can see over here on the left is a list of all of the blogs that I follow. I'm not sure how many are on there now. It's really kind of irrelevant. I used to try to keep it down to just 10, but I felt like I was missing too much, and so I do something else now to keep myself from overdoing it on blogs. This is the home screen that I ignore. I don't mess much with starring or sharing things. Maybe I should, but it's just not part of my workflow. If it's part of yours, I'd love to hear how you use it. Rather, I go right to all items and I start to scroll pretty quickly. And it's just sort of an intuitive decision. There's only so much time in the day and I have to focus on real work. So if I like something and want to read it immediately, I'll click on it, and I have it set so that when I click on a link inside Google Reader, it'll open in a new tab along the top of my browser window here. That one just doesn't look like anything to me, but still, I'm still just, as I buzz through this, getting ideas of the headlines. And if there's something that interests me, Daniel Pink, I like his stuff, but that's silly. Dispatches from the Castle is a friend of mine here in town. See, I'm not reading all of them. You don't have to either. At the bottom of this, I'm going to drop a bomb on it all and just clear it all out because I can't possibly keep up with the 574 that I've gotten here. But this is just kind of what I do every morning. I just scroll through until I find something that I want to read. Okay, this one, the 10 Pillars of an Awesome Team Event. Everybody likes lists, so I'll click on that. But I'm not going to read it yet. I'm just going to keep going back. This is a tip I got from, I think, Leo at zenhabits.net. Go ahead and fill up your window at the top, maybe 5 links on the top that will consist of your morning reading, and then quit. Why books still matter. I love Michael Hyatt. This looks really interesting to me. I may not have time to read it all right now, but I'll get back to it. I always like Seth's stuff, so we'll click on this really quickly. This full screen, I blew this up to full screen this morning to make it easier for you to see, and it is it's not scrolling very well. Like, it doesn't like full screen. Chris Brogan talking about stuff that I've talked about. Delete button fly swatter, cute. I love Geek Alerts. If you're a shopper, I think you'll like Geek Alerts. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, you get the idea. I'm just scrolling through them. Honestly, now that I've got my 3 up here, and there's so many up here, I typically just go to hit mark all as read and start over. No one's going to come and kick your dog. It's okay. There's no way you can get through them all. But since I've got some time scheduled later today to get caught up from being away, I'm going to go through and look at this a little deeper later on today, but for the purposes of this video, 3 is enough. Seth, normally I would read this, but it's a little longer than Seth usually writes. It's still not very long. But there's this great button, see over here on the top left of my browser. This is Instapaper's what they call a bookmarklet, which is something you can just click and drag over here, and it is tethered to my Instapaper account, which is where I can read things later in a nice little format, either on my computer, my iPad, or my iPhone. So if I just hit read later, it's saved. Close it, move on. Michael Hyatt, since I'm not reading this morning, I would probably read this. It's a 14-minute video that I wouldn't watch right now, but the good news is that Instapaper will watch it. Will help me save that video and watch it later. So I've saved it and read later, and then this is good. Close that out, watch Michael Hyatt's thing later. And again, this is 10. I don't have time to read it this morning, as you might suspect. I'm just going to go to read later. I will read it later because it's not crucial or time sensitive. But what this one also looks interesting to me, the 10 pillars of an awesome event. Evernote that you see pop up over here has an extension for Google Chrome where you can click on it and it will save it into your digital file cabinet. That's what Evernote is for me. And you can tag things. Articles, Jen Smith, who is the author, and then team building. And there was no text I wanted to save with it. Now it's also saved and synced among my devices in case I'm having a meeting with someone and they say, man, we really need a tip for a team building event. Well, then what I'll do is go to Evernote and see if I have any articles, and this one will be there. I don't know if it's any good yet. I can always delete it later once I read it through Read Later. So that is very quickly how I get through my my Google Reader account and get through all of the blogs I read every day. To see what I might like. If I'm feeling just particularly nerdy, I might just go up to Apple really quick and see if there's any latest news. And I might go through all of this just together. I also may just go to a particular account. This is a good tip if you're a blogger. Make sure that you subscribe to your own in your RSS feed and also get the email delivered to you if you have emails sent out. The reason I say that is because you want to make sure format-wise that your blog posts look right. The images are sized properly, things fall where they should. So it's a good idea to both subscribe to yours in the RSS feed, but also to have them emailed to your inbox to make sure that the links work and that everything looks the way you want it to for your readers and your subscribers. So I hope you found this short video useful as to how I use RSS feeds and Google Reader to get information pushed to me that I might be interested in, and how I give myself permission to read it later or not read it at all. And occasionally it's good if you feel overwhelmed by the number of unread items that you have to simply click on the Mark All as Read button. No one will come and kick your dog. I'm Tim Miles at thedailyblur.com. I appreciate your time this morning, and have a great day. Thanks.